The air in the living room was thick, heavy with contained fury and the sharp scent of cheap disinfectant. Su Weiwei, her belly prominent and her eyes swollen from unshed tears, felt small, an easy target under her aunt's cold gaze. The woman's voice, usually a sugary whisper for the neighbors, now cut through the silence like shattering glass. "Vivi, how could you be so careless? And to get pregnant on top of it?" The accusation wasn't a question. It was a sentence. Weiwei pressed her hands over her abdomen, an instinctive gesture to protect the child who, to them, was just proof of her indecency. "Just tell us, who is this guy anyway?" her aunt insisted, impatience turning into scorn. "Where did this blood come from? Tell us now." Weiwei had no answers that could satisfy them. The man was a fleeting memory, a night of fog and pain, a desperate act of salvation. She barely remembered his face, only the urgency in his eyes and the silent promise of a future that would never come. The door burst open, and Lin Lin, her cousin, walked in, her face twisted in a mix of disgust and envy. "Dad, she did something so gross. Let's kick her out." Her uncle, silent until now, nodded, his expression hard. "Lin Lin is right. This shameless girl has been eating and sleeping for free in our house for 10 years. Now she's going to have a baby. If we don't send her away, the baby will be born here." The cruelty of the words hit her with the force of a physical blow. 10 years of subservience, of silence, of forced gratitude, erased in an instant. Having a child out of wedlock was, for them, the perfect excuse to get rid of a burden. "That's enough, Vivi," her uncle continued, his voice calmer now, but even colder. "Your grandmother has a shed on the mountain. Go live there." There was no time for pleas. The sharp pain in her limp leg, a lasting effect of a childhood accident that made her eternally dependent, seemed amplified by the urgency of her escape. She was shoved onto the street with only the clothes on her back and the empty promise that the rest would be sent later. Night fell over the city, and Weiwei stumbled through the dark streets, each step a torture. The pain wasn't just from her leg, but from a deeper place, the primal fear of being alone and helpless. Suddenly, a violent contraction made her stop. "It hurts. Someone's having a baby on the street." Distant voices approached. Weiwei was on the curb, her breath ragged, the reality of imminent childbirth swallowing her whole. "Calm down, I'll call an ambulance." But there was no time. The world narrowed down to a searing pain and the sound of a weak, yet determined cry. Third Hospital was a maze of cold corridors and the smell of antiseptic. Weiwei was exhausted, but fear was a stronger stimulant than any sedative. "Miss Su, your baby was born prematurely. He needs to stay in the incubator for a while. These hospital expenses are not small." The nurse handed her the bill, a piece of paper that felt like it weighed a ton. Weiwei looked at the amount, an astronomical number for someone who had just graduated college and didn't even have a stable job. "Okay. I'll pay in a little while," she murmured, her voice hoarse. "Why is no one here with you? What about the baby's father?" Weiwei took a deep breath, summoning the strength that only motherhood had given her. "The child is my choice. It has nothing to do with the father." The nurse, accustomed to human drama, simply nodded, not pressing the issue. Weiwei was alone, but not helpless. She had one single valuable possession, an object she guarded like a talisman. The watch, T, was a Richard Mille, a model she only recognized from seeing it in luxury magazines. She had received it from the man who had saved her, the man she had saved. 6 months ago on that night, he was poisoned, on the brink of death, and pleaded for help. "I've been hit with a deadly poison. I need to be with a woman. Otherwise, I will die tonight." The request was absurd, but the desperation in his eyes was real. He had given her the watch, saying, "This is the most valuable thing I have. Please, help me." Now, the watch was the only bridge between her son and survival. "This is from me. The most valuable thing I own," she said, handing the watch to an elderly woman she had just bumped into in the hallway. The woman, older but with a posture that radiated quiet authority, looked at the watch with curiosity. This watch looks familiar. I think my grandson has one just like it. This watch is quite expensive, isn't it? Before Wei Wei could answer, the nurse intervened, her voice heavy with judgment. Miss, what happened? She had the baby last night. The cost hasn't been paid yet. The elderly woman, who was actually Grandma Yen Chen, matriarch of the powerful Yi family, observed Wei Wei. The young woman was pale, her limp leg visibly aching, but there was a silent dignity in her misery. You had a baby and don't have the money to pay? How much is missing? I'll help you. I still need 10,000, Wei Wei confessed, shame burning in her cheeks. If you think this watch is worth it, I can give it to you as collateral. Grandma Yen Chen took the watch, feeling the weight and precision of the piece. A Richard Mille watch? My grandson has one of these too. This watch is worth millions. One of the hospital staff, envious, whispered, Ma'am, she can barely afford to have a child. It's impossible that this watch is genuine. Don't let her fool you. Grandma Yen Chen smiled, a smile that didn't reach her eyes. Okay, I'll take this. I'll pay now. She paid Wei Wei's debt, but the young woman, driven by wounded pride, refused to accept the money as charity. She insisted the watch be collateral, promising to redeem it. Thank you, Wei Wei said, feeling a momentary relief. The relief was short-lived. The baby's formula was running out, and the incubator cost kept piling up. Wei Wei needed money, and she needed it fast. She found a job at a warehouse factory, a grueling job that demanded long hours and exposed her to extreme temperatures. Her limp leg was a constant obstacle, but necessity was greater than the pain. Boss, are you still hiring? The man looked at her leg. You're disabled. Do you know how low the temperature is in our freezer? I don't think your leg will hold up. Please, let me try. I'm begging you, she pleaded. He gave in. Wei Wei stepped into the biting cold of the warehouse, the icy air burning her lungs. She clung to the only motivation she had. Su Wei Wei, hang in there. The pay is good here. You just need to endure, and soon you'll have money for the baby's milk. But her body, exhausted from the recent childbirth and the fever that was setting in, betrayed her. She fainted, her face burning, delirious. The doctor said she has a high fever of 40 degrees. She's already delirious, the nurse informed. Wei Wei woke up in the hospital, weak and confused. The first thing she asked about was her son. Miss Su, your son's formula is running out. You need to buy more soon, or he'll go hungry. She got up, ignoring the pain and weakness. She needed the milk. While she was out, buying the most expensive formula her meager 43 reis could afford, fate was moving in another direction. Hello. Su Wei Wei, come back soon. I have something urgent to tell you. It was her aunt's voice. Wei Wei rushed back to the hospital, her heart pounding. Oh, no need, the nurse said with a strange smile. Your baby has already been taken by someone. Who took him? He's my son. How could you let someone else take him? Panic overwhelmed her. Her aunt, Li, called again. Su Wei Wei, come back soon. I have something urgent to tell you. Wei Wei ran to her uncle's house, her limp leg barely supporting her. Hey, where is my son? Was it you who took him? Give me back my son. Her aunt and uncle exchanged glances, a sneer on their lips. It's true. We took your son. I called you back because I want to discuss something. They informed her about the good match. An older man, Lu, who had lost his wife and liked her. You've already had children, and you're disabled. No man will want you in the future. It would be good for you to marry him. That way, you won't have to sleep in your grandmother's shed anymore. I won't marry. Give me back my son. I'll take care of him myself. Wei Wei, you're disabled. You can't find a job. How do you plan to support the child, huh? Don't be foolish. Old man Lu, although he's older, has social benefits. They were pushing her into the abyss, using her son as a bargaining chip. Don't forget your son is still with us, her aunt hissed, the threat clear. Wei Wei was trapped, cornered, the pain of family betrayal sharper than ever. She didn't know that miles away, a magnate was about to turn her world upside down. Yi Yanqing, the magnate of Jiangqing, sat in his office, the morning light filtering through the panoramic windows. He was the personification of power and coldness, a man who moved mountains of money with a nod. However, his mind was fixed on one object: the Richard Mille watch his grandmother had bought for 10,000 reis. Grandma Yen Chen, with the wisdom of someone who had seen the world turn many times, was triumphant. The expert said yesterday's watch is worth 8 million. I'm going crazy. How is this possible? Yi Yanqing, who had sent the piece for testing, was more intrigued than surprised. He didn't care about the value. The watch was a link. Grandma, don't worry, I'm on my way back, he said on the phone. Upon arriving, his grandmother confronted him with the watch in her hand. I told you the young lady wasn't a trickster. You had to eat your words today. Yi Yanqing took the watch, and the sight of the object triggered a torrent of memories. 6 months earlier, in a bamboo grove, he was dying. The poison was corroding his veins, and the only cure, an archaic antidote, required an act of intimacy. He had stumbled until he found a young woman, Su Weiwei, picking shoots. I was poisoned with corrosive powder. I need to have relations with a woman. Otherwise, I'll die tonight. He gave her the watch, the most valuable thing he owned, as a desperate plea. She, with the innocence and courage of someone who had nothing to lose, saved him. Grandma, he said. His voice choked with the emotion he rarely allowed himself to feel. 6 months ago, I met a girl in the bamboo grove. She saved me. Back then, I gave her a watch. This is the watch I gave her that night. It still has my name on it. Grandma Yen Chen put her hands to her mouth. Oh my God. She's the girl you always mentioned, the one who picks bamboo. Yes. The grandmother then revealed Wei Wei's drama. She can't pay the hospital fee for the birth. She even knelt and begged me to pay the hospital fee. Yi Yanqing's heart tightened. The woman who had saved him, to whom he owed his life, was suffering such humiliation. She had the baby. It's not your son, is it? His grandmother asked, hesitant. Yi Yanqing felt a strange warmth, a certainty that came from a place he didn't know existed. The child is mine, Grandma. The child is mine. Yi Yanqing's anger was cold and calculated. I'll send someone to look for her now. Doctor, I want to transfer the child to the best hospital in Jiangqing. Arrange that immediately. The search was quick. Yi Yanqing's head of security, Shang Guo, found Wei Wei at her uncle's house. At the exact moment the Liu family was coercing her into marrying a man with mental issues. Boss, we found her. Su Weiwei is at her uncle's house. Yi Yanqing drove there with a motorcade of luxury cars and bodyguards. In the humble house, Wei Wei was being dragged, her limp leg preventing her from fighting back. Use this. Break her other leg. She'll never run away again. Her aunt screamed at the aggressor. The stick was in the air when the door was broken down. No. Yi Yanqing entered, his aura of power filling the room. He was young, incredibly handsome, and exuded an authority that silenced everyone. What are you doing? His voice was low, but loaded with menace. He approached Wei Wei, ignoring the others. Are you okay? Her uncle, trying to regain composure, asked, Who are you? Shang Guo intervened, his voice loud and clear. Hey, who are you? Su Weiwei is my niece. Let her go now. Since you are her uncle, how can you allow her to be intimidated in your house by a stranger? Yi Yanqing asked, his contempt evident. No one is intimidating her. We are introducing a good match for her. Yi Yanqing looked at the man with the stick. A good match? Are you talking about that old man who was about to hit her with a stick? Wei Wei in tears pleaded. Please, help me. I don't want to marry an idiot. The magnate smiled, a cold smile that promised revenge. Our boss is the richest man in Jiangqing, president of the Yi Group, Yi Yanqing. The shock in the room was palpable. I'm here to ask for her hand. I want to marry Su Weiwei. Her aunt, in a final desperate act of malice, tried to disqualify her. It doesn't matter if you're the richest man in Zhongqing. Didn't you see that Su Weiwei is disabled? You want to marry a cripple? Aren't you afraid of being a laughingstock? Yi Yanqing looked at Weiwei, and for the first time, his gaze was one of pure adoration. I don't care, he declared, his voice firm. I'm not interested in your social status. None of that matters. What I value is her kindness, her purity. Those are the most precious things. He took her out of there, leaving behind a family of vultures and the promise of an uncertain future to the hospital. Weiwei was recovering. Yi Yanqing was by her side. Are you really the richest man in Zhongqing? She asked, still incredulous. Without a doubt. Do you still remember this watch? He showed her the Richard Mille. When you saved me, I gave it to you. If it weren't for this watch, maybe I still wouldn't have found you. Weiwei tried to resist, her pride wounded. Mr. Yi, I saved you because I wanted to. And having a child was also my choice. Now the child is with you. I hope you treat him well. You don't want to be with me. There are too many differences between us. Yi Yanqing held her hand. Vivi, are you going to let our son grow up in a broken family? Trust me. I'll find the best doctor to heal your leg. We'll raise our son together. Okay. She looked at him, at the sincerity in his eyes, and the wall of her resistance crumbled. Okay. He smiled, a smile that lit up his face. What's your name? I didn't catch it last time. He took her hand and wrote on her palm, Yi Yanqing. The Yi mansion was a palace of glass and marble, a brutal contrast to the dark basement where Weiwei had spent her childhood. Weiwei, from now on, this is your home, Yi Yanqing said, guiding her. Can I really live in such a nice house? It feels like a dream. It's not a dream. When our son leaves the hospital, we'll bring him back together. Weiwei's life changed overnight. She was the young madam, and everyone treated her with reverence. However, insecurity gnawed at her. The arrival of Wu Siki, the butler's daughter, added a subtle layer of tension. Siki, who had studied nutrition in England, was assigned to take care of Weiwei. Mr. Yi, my father was worried about not taking good care of the madam, so he sent me to try, Siki said, with a smile that didn't reach her eyes. Yi Yanqing, blinded by trust in his longtime butler, nodded. Then let her stay. Weiwei, if there's anything you don't want to tell me, talk to Siki. Mr. Wu has been in our house for 20 years. We can trust his daughter too. Weiwei felt a shiver, but ignored it. Yi Yanqing was impatient to formalize the union. Today is the weekend. The registry office is closed. Tomorrow morning we'll get the certificate. We're getting the certificate so fast? Don't we need to get to know each other better? You're living in my house. It's an awkward situation. I'm afraid of gossip. Besides, we're already expecting a child. Don't you want to be responsible for your son? He convinced her. Responsibility was the key word. That night, Yi Yanqing took her to the bedroom, a sanctuary of luxury. Vivi, I was afraid you would fall. The floor in your house isn't slippery. He had installed grab bars in the bathroom, a detail that made her cry. Don't forget. Tomorrow we're getting the document, he reminded her. Right. They said goodnight, the tension between them palpable. Weiwei was tense, but determined. He's not a bad person. And tomorrow we're getting the registration together. From now on, he's my husband. The next morning dawned with the promise of a new beginning. But fate, or envy, had other plans. Weiwei woke up with an intense itch. She ran to the mirror and let out a muffled scream. Her face was covered in red rashes, disfigured. My face is disfigured. How did this happen? Let me see. Yi Yanqing, who had entered the room, rushed to her. Don't look, it's horrible, she cried, trying to hide her face. He held her firmly. Vivi. No matter what happens, you are my wife. I won't despise you, much less abandon you. I will always be by your side. The declaration of unconditional love calmed her, but the doubt persisted. Downstairs, Wu Siki smiled to herself. She had spread powder made of 3,000 allergens on Wei Wei's bed. Of course you don't know why. Let's see how you'll meet Mr. Knight today with that ugly face. Yi Yanqing called the doctor immediately. It's an allergy, don't worry too much. Taking medicine will make it better in a few days, the doctor diagnosed. Wei Wei was distraught. I'm afraid to go out. You don't have to go out, Yi Yanqing said, the decision made. I'll bring the registry office here. We don't need to bother others. Let's go in a few days. No. The longer we wait, the more problems. I don't want to wait even one day. His attitude was the trial by fire she needed. He loved her, not for her beauty or status, but for her essence. The registry office came to the Yi mansion. The wedding was simple but solemn, an act of love and defiance against the world. Mrs. Knight truly loves you. Your love is enviable, the official commented. Wei Wei, her face still stained with rashes, but her heart overflowing, replied, I am physically disabled. I need to try harder to deserve him. Yi Yanqing kissed her on the forehead. You were already beautiful. It's just a slight allergy. He handed her a paper. I made an appointment with the orthopedist. When your allergy gets better, we'll take a look at your leg. If the doctor says your leg can be cured, then we'll wait until it's better to get married. The promise of a cure was more than medical treatment. It was the promise of a lifetime of support. Darling, thank you. Since my parents left, no one has ever been so good to me. Your good days are still ahead, he whispered. Wei Wei's allergy improved in time for her graduation ceremony. Yi Yanqing had spoiled her with gifts, including a new dress and luxury shoes. Today at graduation, wear this outfit. It's the new model the brand sent yesterday, Siki said with a forced smile. Wei Wei, now more confident, preferred to wear her gown, but put on the shoes. At the university, she was confronted by her former colleagues, who accused her of using the poverty scholarship to have a child. Su Wei Wei, do you remember the school's rules and values? She certainly doesn't. She even goes out with rich guys. And had a child with one of them. How disgusting. Wei Wei, her head held high, replied, I didn't lie. I used the scholarship to pay tuition and maintenance. If you don't believe me, you can ask the school board to investigate. The focus of the envy, however, shifted to her feet. Vivi, why are your shoes so shiny? Are the diamonds on them real? Those shoes look like a custom luxury edition from Chanel. They must be worth millions. Her colleagues accused her of theft and lying. Just because of a pair of shoes, you think you can stop me from graduating? Do you really think the school belongs to you? The tension peaked. Suddenly, a convoy of luxury cars stopped in front of the university. Yi Yanqing had arrived. Boss, in about 10 minutes we'll pass by Zhongda. Today is the madam's graduation. Do you want to take a look? Let's go to the school first, he had ordered. He got out of the car, his figure imposing and elegant, and walked toward Wei Wei. I didn't buy them. It was a gift, Wei Wei told her colleagues, her voice now firm. Who would give you shoes worth over $1 million? Your boyfriend. Yi Yanqing approached, put his arm around Wei Wei's waist, and kissed her on the forehead. I did, he said, looking at the colleagues with glacial contempt. She is my wife. Mrs. Yi. The silence that followed was the final humiliation of the antagonists. The wife of the Zhongqing magnate was not a trickster, but a woman of inestimable worth. Su Weiwei's life, now Mrs. Yi, was a testament to the strength of fate and the reward of kindness. The baby, a healthy boy, was brought home. The mansion, once cold, filled with laughter and the smell of formula. The appointment with the orthopedist confirmed Yi Yanqing's hope. Wei Wei's leg could be cured, requiring only a complex surgery and physical therapy. The healing of her leg was the perfect metaphor for the healing of her soul. She was no longer the cripple, the disabled one, the shameless girl. She was Yi Yanqing's wife, the mother of his son, and the heroine of her own story. Yi Yanqing, the cold and calculating magnate, had found in Wei Wei the one thing money couldn't buy, the purity and kindness that saved him. The $1,000,000 watch, the Richard Mille, was kept in a safe, a silent reminder that a person's true value is not in their status or wealth, but in the courage of an act of kindness on a dark night. The couple, hand in hand, looked toward the future. The path had been winding, but love, born of desperation and sealed by gratitude, was the unshakable foundation of their new life. The beginning of life, indeed.